Bonsai Dream. Bonsai Dream.
And here we are for the second part of this video. The tree that we're gonna work is this beautiful Yamadori Itoigawa Juniper from Japan. Also, this tree was previously styled for the channel. I let you hear the link for watching the old video from about a year ago. I want to go through all the process of cleaning of the tree, pruning, resetting the pads, just to get the tree to the next step on the way to become and mature as a beautiful bonsai. So as always, we start with the cleaning on the dead wood. In this case, we're gonna brush the dead wood first and then apply the lime sulfur, check on the wiring, check on the new elongation, decide what to cut and reset the pads. Christian just took care of the cleaning of the dead wood, the live line, giving lime sulfur. It's always very important, and I always do on all over my conifer. Check on the dead wood at the end of the season before winter. Winter here, especially here, but in general, is a very wet season. So it's a longer season. Some part of the dead wood start a little bit deteriorating. Now is the right time to take care of it, protect with lime sulfur. Eventually, if you feel the dead wood is a little bit spongy, you can use some wood hardener, clean and also clean the live line. And now we can concentrate on the cleaning of the foliage, removing a little bit of some inner foliage that died back. During the growing season, I already pruned once the juniper to maintain a little bit the strength all over. I just let grow a couple of branches here. Lower branch always need a little bit more strength, and also a couple of branches in the back. So now I can actually wire those elongation, but I still have to prune the elongation from the top and reset a little bit the pads. So now we go for the second part of the work in the foliage. Start from the lower branch, wire a little bit some of the elongation I let grow from spring to have a little bit more density in the lower pad. move my way up here with this transition. Always clean nicely the lower lines. Lift up a little bit the outer part of the pad to create a little bit of geometry. Now I have to wire some of this elongation that again I let grow to fill in this space. Was a little bit tight, too tight in spring, and then I will work my way up to the apex, but before I have to take care of the back of the tree, and we'll see together what to do. Now that I took care of the front of the tree, we have to prune the back. So the back of the tree had a lot of elongation. So apart cleaning the lines, we have also to start pushing the tree back again. Otherwise, it will keep elongate and it will keep losing inner foliage. We don't want to be too aggressive. Otherwise, the inner foliage will decrease because it doesn't have enough auxin to call energy from the roots. So we have to be concerned about always pruning back the elongation, but leaving still part of the strong foliage. So this is the elongation. We go back here and we prune it back. So in the meantime, we maintain the shape of the tree. In spring, another side bud will start growing, but we're still gonna bring light inside to not lose inner foliage. So according to the different section, we go in, we prune, we go in and we prune. Some places more aggressively than other. Always looking at the inner foliage. Again, we don't want to be too aggressive, otherwise that foliage will not respond well. Even sometimes it can go back to juvenile foliage on Itoigawa when we are too aggressive. But in the meantime, also not just taking away a tip, because this is not enough to control. This is a part that I let grow and get stronger in spring. Now you see I build the back branch that I wanted, so I can go back and prune the elongation. Well, when I prune, I always clean underneath, eventually if there is something growing down, and always transition to a part that is growing up. Okay, in this case, I can also stop a little bit the vigor, these two sections. As you can see, I always use my scissor. My scissor is my friend. I use my scissor. I don't use my finger. We don't pinch on juniper, because pinching with finger, we don't have the control of what we are basically pruning away. Because the old way was to to pinch the elongation, but pinching means killing all the different parts. No, what we want to do, we want to select and go inside, cutting the strong part and always leaving the bifurcation with all the nice buds that can keep growing. Eventually, when these parts start growing and we want to prune back, we can still go back to other inner foliage that at the time will be even stronger. But never, never, ever pinch junipers, okay? Now that I took care of the back, I can work up and prune the apex. As I said, the apex was pruned already in, let's say, early June, end of May. I always let the first flash elongate a little bit of my juniper, and then the part that I want to stop and basically contain compact, I prune already in end of May, early June, and some other part, most of the time, some of the lower branches, you saw this one and the one in the back, I let them extend during all the season if I have to build up strength. But then I will, on a tree like this one, on this stage of development, say we can say that this is in a maturing stage of development. So the structure is set, primary, secondary, and tertiary branches are set too. We have to work most of all in the definition of pads. I always need during the growing season to check base and see if eventually I need to stop some of the elongation. Otherwise, as I said, eventually they can really mess up all the maturity of the foliage because they start elongating and they basically suck away energy from the inner part of the foliage, and the inner part of the foliage start decreasing and shading out because it doesn't have enough light. So a couple of more elongation, prune. When I do this type of maintenance, obviously I always look on the pads, lines, the volume, the triangular shape. Here I want still the tree to grow a little bit, so next year this part probably I will let it grow, so it will fill it in. But basically this that we just finished is the type of maintenance that I do on my, let's say, mature trees that are more or less in a final stage of development. Okay, that's very important. Lift up a little bit the line, give a little bit of a loop using the wire and pruning, cleaning the lines, eventually some inner branches that obviously died during the growing season. I need to prune and cut away. Always check on the wire. This tree doesn't have thick wire on it, so it's only fine wire, so when we have mainly fine wire and we keep maintaining the shape of the tree, the wire can stay 4 or 5 years, no problem. So I'm not concerned on removing wire on this tree. Mainly was a little bit of a, you know, cleaning the deadwood, reset, cleaning the foliage, reset the pads, and now again the tree can go out in the shells past winter, and then we're gonna see after spring to keep maintaining this tree at the best of the condition. I hope this video was useful for you. It's not a big, as I said, it's not a big change, big manipulation, but still this type of work is very, very important to do in the right time of the year and understanding why we do certain operation in order to keep our bonsai in good shape and so they can keep maturing and be a beautiful piece of art. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you at the next.